Do you know what happened in these places? You must have heard about it. It was a recent incident. Let's see here. The effects of wildfires include loss of wildlife habitat and depletion of wildlife. It is an irreparable damage of the natural resources, which is caused due to plastic pollution. This is how human activities contribute to the degradation of the environment. If we change our habits and follow some points to protect our environment, then it will be helpful to keep our environment clean. It is our responsibility to protect our environment. If we will not do so, then it will affect the environment. Let's see here. Did you see that picture? The three R's. How are they connected? What does this mean? Let me tell you. Let's see the first point. Did you see that? This means that we should use less. Reducing means choosing to use things with care to reduce the amount of waste generated. Let me elaborate. First example. When we go in weddings, we fill up our plates with varieties of food that we cannot even eat alone. Then all the wasted food go in dustbins. This is how we waste food at weddings. The food that we cannot finish, we cannot even ask our friends to finish that for us because that is ill manners. Hence, it is important that we take small portions of the food that is being served. And if required, we can always take a second helping. This is how we can avoid food wastage. Second example. At our homes, we have few taps that leak water even if we close it properly. When water droplets fall from a leaky tap, we ignore this leak and we don't repair it. However, if we would keep an empty mug under this leaky tap, we will realize that over a period of few hours, we will have a mug full of water, which means that every drop needs to be saved and that tap needs to be repaired. Third example. If we forget to close the tap after using it and leave it open, then will it be possible to bring back the water which is wasted? No. We should be very careful while using water and we should save it by repairing leaky taps. This is how water will not be wasted. Another example, we all have electricity at our homes. For example, we are sitting in a living room and watching TV. We leave the television or the electricity on in a particular room and we leave that room. We get involved in other household chores or we get busy with playing. This is wrong because that is wasting electricity, light by keeping the fan, television or the lights on. Similarly, if we keep the fan on, even if we are not present in the same room, electricity will be wasted. We need to stop doing that. Wastage of electricity is misuse. How is electricity produced? It is produced by water. So it is important for everyone to limit the use of resources and do not waste it. Let's look at the next point. Next point is recycle. What does it mean? To use again. It means to convert waste into reusable material. For example, after drinking the soft drinks, we throw the plastic bottles or tin cans. Instead of throwing that, we can use it again. From that waste bottles, we can make a pencil box or we can make other crafts. We can also use that as a flower pot. There are different ideas of recycling the waste materials. We can use old clothes to make a duster. We can do dusting in our house by using these clothes. Or you can create other things with your ideas by using the waste materials. You can also use old clothes as a cover for TV. So there are different ways of recycling the waste materials. Let me give you another example. We sell our mobile phones after using it for many years, and in exchange of that we buy a new phone. What do you think the shopkeepers do with that old phone? They send it to the factories and use its parts to make a new phone. This is how they use that waste product again. A waste product can be recycled in many ways. It is our responsibility to think how to save the earth and the environment, which includes animals, plants, and other natural resources. We must protect them. Let's see the third point. Did you see that? Reuse means use again or more than once. How can we reuse? Before using anything, it is our responsibility to think that the product can be reused or not. It is important because it is our responsibility to conserve and protect our natural resources. Let's see how we can reuse any material. For example, we buy clothes for us and they are perfectly fit. But when we gain weight, they get tight. In that case, instead of throwing that, it can be reused. We can give it to our siblings to whom it can fit. Or we can give it to the people who are in need of these clothes. After washing the clothes properly, we can give it to them. This is how we can help those people who are in need of these basic things. Clothes will keep them safe from getting sick. So we must think how to use things again and again. Either we can give it to the needy people or we can use it by ourselves. We can make various craft items, applying different ideas. We should always keep in mind to conserve the natural resources and not to exploit them. It is very essential for life. So these are the 3 points that we have to follow to keep our environment clean.